State of Kansas versus Destiny Bookout. It's case number 2024 CR 517. Destiny Bookout appears from the Sedgwick County Detention Center Zoom location. Brett Sweeney appears for the state of Kansas. James Watts is defense counsel. This matter comes before the court at this time for pretrial conference. Mr. Watts, what announcement is made?
Your Honor, I spoke with my client Friday the 14th. It's my understanding my client would plead guilty to count one of the information amended to a level 5 possession of methamphetamine, striking the intent to sell or distribute.
And the other charges in the information would be dismissed outright, Mr. Watts?
That's my understanding, Your Honor. Yes, sir.
And is that also your understanding, Mr. Sweeney?
It is, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, Ms. Bookout, you heard your attorney's announcement. Is it your intention to enter a guilty plea and accept conviction for the lesser charge of possession of methamphetamine, a level 5 drug felony?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, I've got a number of questions I need to ask you regarding the taking of a felony plea. If there's any question asked of you that you do not fully understand, I can give you the opportunity to confer privately with your lawyer at any point to get some private advice. Just let the court know if you need that time with your attorney, okay?
Okay, Your Honor.
All right. State your full legal name for the record.
Destiny Bookout.
How old are you right now?
29.
What's the highest level of formal education that you've attained?
10th grade.
Do you believe you're going to have difficulty understanding any of the legal concepts that we're going to be discussing in court here this morning?
No, Your Honor.
Have you ever been adjudged to be mentally ill?
I'm sorry?
Have you ever been adjudged to be mentally ill?
No, Your Honor.
Are you currently under the influence of alcohol or any drug?
No, Your Honor.
Are you currently taking any type of prescription medication?
No, Your Honor.
Are you supposed to be taking any mental health medications that you are not currently getting?
No, Your Honor.
So do you believe this morning your mind is clear and that you have a full understanding of what's going on here in court?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you understand the nature of the charge of level 5 drug possession of methamphetamine?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you understand that when you enter a plea of guilty, you are admitting that act that's been charged by the state?
Yes, Your Honor.
You also understand that when you enter a plea of guilty, you give up any legal defenses that you might have had to that charge?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you aware that in a trial, the state must present evidence against you in open court, and any witnesses must testify in open court in your presence, that you have the right to cross-examine witnesses with the assistance of your lawyer and present evidence at a trial on your own behalf and subpoena your own witnesses to court?
Yes, Your Honor.
You also understand that at such a trial, you personally would have a privilege against self-incrimination, which means that if you wanted to testify in your case under oath at your choice, you could, but no one could force you or compel you to testify against yourself if you didn't want to testify. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you understand that when you enter a plea of guilty, you give up these valuable trial rights that the court has described?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you aware that you have a right to a trial by jury, that before you could be found guilty, that jury would have to be satisfied as to your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt?
Yes, Your Honor.
You understand that when you enter a plea of guilty, you give up your right to a trial by jury and the requirement that you be found guilty beyond a reasonable doubt.
Yes, Your Honor.
You understand that you have a right to appeal a guilty verdict if you have a trial.
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you further understand that you may appeal your sentence after entering a plea of guilty, but generally you may not appeal your judgment of conviction after you enter such a plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Bookout, are you aware of the possible sentence that could be imposed as a result of this guilty plea that you're attempting to make?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, we're going to go over that. On the level 5 drug line under the Kansas Sentencing Guidelines Act grid, in the most favorable criminal history category of I, you could receive as little as a 10-month prison sentence. However, in the worst criminal history category of A, you could receive up to a 42-month prison sentence. So the sentencing range is 10 to 42 months in prison, depending on your criminal history. Ms. Bookout, as you sit today, we do not know with certainty what your criminal history is. You, better than anyone else participating, really should know what your own criminal record looks like. But that will be researched by the Court Services Department. And based on the outcome of their research, as of the date of sentencing, that determines where you fall along the level 5 line, and then you'll be sentenced accordingly. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Bookout, if you do not have a person felony on your record, you would be presumptive probation here. However, if you do have a person felony on your record or a worse record, you would be presumptive prison in this case.
Yes, Your Honor.
You also understand that you could receive up to a $100,000 fine for this offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
In addition to any fine, are you aware that you could be assessed and be required to pay certain costs, including reimbursement of legal fees and expenses and restitution to victims, if any are owed, as part of your sentencing orders?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did your attorney discuss with you something that we commonly refer to as Senate Bill 123?
Yes, Your Honor.
Senate Bill 123 is a state-sponsored drug treatment program. Certain persons who are convicted of a crime such as this could be mandatorily placed in a drug treatment program for up to 18 months as part of a community corrections probation. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
At this point, we do not know if you would be a qualifier for that program, but it is a possibility at sentencing. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. The Kansas Sentencing Guidelines Act has many special rules, Ms. Bookout. Do you understand that if any special legal rules apply to you in your situation, it could affect your eligibility for probation or otherwise affect your sentence?
Yes, Your Honor.
You also understand that as a direct consequence of this plea, you will be sentenced to an extended period of reporting probation, reporting parole, or post-release supervision, which is your state parole time that you do after you get out of prison, as deemed appropriate by the court at time of sentencing.
Yes, Your Honor.
You understand that both probation and post-release supervision periods generally start at 12 months in duration, but can run up to 60 months under some circumstances.
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, have you had an ample opportunity to discuss your legal matters with your attorney, Mr. Watts, before proceeding here today?
Yes, Your Honor.
You need any more time with him privately now before we go further?
No, Your Honor.
Are you satisfied with James Watts' services as your attorney?
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, this guilty plea that you're attempting to make, has it been based upon any threat or promises as to what this court will do in regards to your sentence or any other type of threat or promise?
No, Your Honor.
Do you understand, Ms. Bookout, that if there are any plea deals between your counsel and the county attorney's office regarding sentencing recommendations, this court is not bound by any agreements made. The court may and shall consider them as recommendations, but is not bound by them. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
So let me ask you formally, how do you plead to this charge of level 5 drug possession of methamphetamine?
Guilty.
Let's go over what happened. According to the state's charging document, this took place about November 15 of 2024. Is that when it happened?
Yes, Your Honor.
It happened somewhere in Butler County, Kansas. Where was it?
Andover.
Okay. And were you in possession of the controlled substance methamphetamine at that time?
Yes, Your Honor.
And how did you possess it? Where was it?
It was in the car.
Okay. And you knew it was there?
No, I didn't.
Okay. Did you place it there at some point?
No.
Okay. Why are you admitting that you possessed methamphetamine then?
I did know it was in the car. I'm sorry.
Okay. You did know
Yes.
methamphetamine was in your car. Okay.
In the car that I was in, yes.
All right. All right. So do you now freely, knowingly, and voluntarily enter a plea of guilty and accept conviction for level 5 drug possession of methamphetamine?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Watts, do you know of any legal reason why the court shouldn't accept this defendant's plea?
I do not, Your Honor.
Mr. Sweeney, are you aware of any such legal reason?
No, Your Honor.
Ms. Bookout, do you know of any legal reason or any other good reason why the court shouldn't accept your plea of guilty here this morning?
No, Your Honor.
Court will accept the guilty plea made by this defendant, finds that that plea is made voluntarily. She has an understanding of the nature of the charge and the consequences of the plea, and a factual basis for the charge does exist. The court finds the defendant guilty and the judge is her therefore convicted of level 5 drug possession of methamphetamine in amended count 1. All other charges of the charging document are dismissed pursuant to plea agreement. Court will order a pre-sentence report be completed to accurately determine this defendant's criminal history, and the court will set an appropriate date for sentencing. Ms. Bookout, it takes about 8 weeks to compile that report. What will your status be in 8 weeks? Do you know?
I should be out of Sedgwick County Jail by then.
Okay. Then you will have an obligation to appear at the Butler County Judicial Center in El Dorado, Kansas, if you're not incarcerated elsewhere. Ms. Bookout. No other
Okay.
location for participation. You have to be at our judicial center.
Okay, Your Honor.
So put us about mid-April. Mr. Watts, if you would check your calendar for 11 o'clock a.m. on Monday, April the 14th.
Your Honor, I have a 10 o'clock in front of Judge Crum with 1, 2, 3 persons on it. It appears to be a preliminary hearing docket.
Okay,
So probably not going to be out by 11.
all right. Do you have 1:15 available?
I do, Your Honor.
All right. I want to set the book out sentencing then for 1:15 p.m. on Monday, April the 14th. Counsel, I'm going to amend that, and I'm going to go ahead and start this at 1 o'clock. I want to get ahead of the first appearance docket.
Yes, sir.
So we're going to start that at 1 o'clock p.m., Ms. Bookout. Try to get there by 12:45 if I were you to get checked
Okay.
in. Court security will get you to the place where you need to be.
Okay, Your Honor.
1 o'clock p.m., Monday, April 14th. Get that business over in Sedgwick County taken care of.
I will, Your Honor.
So we'll see you Monday, April 14 at 1 for sentencing in the case.
Just so
You need
we're
to
clear,
cooperate, Ms. Bookout, with any pre-sentence assessments that are necessary. I want to make sure that you're aware. You're likely going to have to go through a risk needs assessment. You're also going to have to go through a substance abuse assessment, which are two separate and independent things. Those need to get scheduled and completed. Now, as long as court services knows you're in the Sedgwick County Jail, I think they can make arrangements. But if you get out, you need to contact Butler County Court Services immediately upon your release. Let them know how they can get a hold of you and contact you and set up any further appointments that might be necessary at that point. A lot of people don't take this seriously, but I'm going to tell you, I'll hold you responsible if these assessments don't get done. This court doesn't want to see any delays in your sentencing, and you need to take care of this stuff, okay?
Okay, Your Honor.
Okay, very good. Your attitude is good, Ms. Bookout. I hope it stays that way. Let's get this taken care of.
I agree, Your Honor. Thank you.
Your Honor, if I may, Ms. Bookout, I'm looking at my notes. Had you bonded out of Butler County, or are you still under?
I bonded out of Butler, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, you have any questions about what we've done here today, Ms. Bookout?
No, Your Honor.
Anything further at this time, Mr. Watts
No, Your Honor.
or Mr. Sweeney?
No, Your Honor.
All right, I want to thank the Sedgwick County Jail staff. We're on short notice getting Ms. Bookout on this meeting by Zoom today. This court really appreciates your cooperation. If there's nothing further then, the Bookout matter will currently be in recess, and this meeting may be ended for all at this time.